Welcome to the Player Spotlight Podcast, sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Coach Anthony Williams. We are very excited to have another one of the top athletes, student athletes here in the state of Texas, this time out of Cy Woods High School. They've had a really up and down season, but they've been consistent, and it's been a good season for them. And so this spotlight is about giving student athletes a chance to kind of tell their story, not just who they are as student athletes and football players, but who they are off the field. Give them a chance to kind of share that information with fans of the high school and college coaches who want to get that information in the recruiting process. Tonight we've got our first lineman on the podcast, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to introduce Ben here in a second, let him introduce himself. But before we jump in, just want to thank our sponsor. Buffalo Wild Wings is a sponsor not only of this podcast, but of Cy Woods Wildcats football program and the Booster Club. Throughout the season, I know that the season's almost over here, but every time you go into the local Buffalo Wild Wings and mention the high school, 10% of your bill, your receipt, gets donated back to the Booster Club to help out the football program for next year. So make sure you mention their name, whether you're in restaurant or have a phone in order. So thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's jump right into our student athlete tonight. Ben, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us your first name, last name, your school, your position, your grad year, and we'll get started.
Ben Gehrke. I go to Cy Woods High School. I play offensive line, and I graduate in 2024.
2024. So you're coming up here, your senior year. We just talked about it a little bit. You guys had a tough loss last week, not going to make the playoffs. Tell me kind of where your mind is now. You're a senior, going to play the final game here, coming up your final game of your high school career. That's always very emotional. What are you feeling here on a Tuesday of the last week of your high school season?
It's sad that it's all coming to an end. I mean, I know not just for me, but all the other seniors that have worked hard this year for, especially to try to get to playoffs that we didn't get to, but it's bittersweet.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some pros and cons you can take away from the season. Share with us a couple of things that you learned and that you enjoyed about your senior season.
One of the biggest things that I've enjoyed about senior season is being a guy that my teammates and friends can look up to, like whether they want to know like what time practice is or anything, that I can always be there to help people.
Yeah. As I said earlier, you're our first lineman to be on the show. We have a lot of quarterbacks and receivers and running backs. You play center and tackle. Tell us a little bit about your playing experience, and do you have plans to maybe try and play in college?
Yeah, I've been center this year. I was moved after our other center got hurt during the off season, and the best part about it was being able to help the team, even though that I wasn't originally going to play center, that they needed me there, so I stepped up. Yeah.
So that's a lot of flexibility. I mean, it's always good to be able to play multiple positions across your line. What's your favorite? Are you more of a tackle, right tackle, left tackle, or you play inside? What position do you hope to be recruited at?
Honestly, to be recruited, I just want to play in college. I'm okay with the whole O-line. But my favorite for our offense especially is tackle, because of how much we have our tackles polling and going out for screens and stuff.
For the college coaches that will watch this, who have not maybe seen your huddle video, tell us a little bit about your mindset playing offensive line. You don't hear your name when you get called for holding. The quarterbacks, receivers, they get all the notoriety. But tell us, how long have you played line, and why did you choose that position when you first started playing football?
I've played line all the way back from Pee Wee football, but I chose it more as a path freshman year when they needed a lineman. I was more of a defensive lineman middle school and going into high school, but we didn't have enough offensive linemen, so I got moved there and been there ever since.
Okay, good stuff. Ben, tell us a little bit. Social media plays a big impact in all of our lives, especially when you're going through the recruiting process, which I'm sure you're going through now. Tell us how social media has impacted your journey as a student athlete. How do you manage the highs and lows and being active and having fun and using it as a tool to hopefully help you get to play at the college level?
Yeah, I didn't realize until I started trying to get recruited how much social media has impacted that. Um, I knew it played like a little bit of a role in getting recruited, but until I actually started trying to get recruited, I never knew how much of an impact that it had.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very important now. It's a main part now because it allows players like yourself that maybe you have interest, as example, on an East Coast school and you don't have the money to fly out there for a camp, but you can still share, footage update, your huddle video, and your great information with these guys, and it's like they're right there with you. So I love it. I have a very positive outlook on social media. I know there's a lot of negativity out there, but I think all tools could be used the right way, and I think you get that also. As a student athlete, you've been playing this game for a long time. It's all about balance and managing your time when it comes to your academics, practice, film study, weight room, and then having your own social media life and your friends. Tell us how you balance those things now as a senior in high school.
Well, one of the biggest things that have helped, especially this year as senior, is I have we have double early release, so I don't have two classes at the end of the day, which helps. Is I've tried to when we're done with our in school practice, I try to get home, do all my homework then, so I can go to practice and not have to worry about, oh, I got to get this project done or anything. But I try to get it all done before practice, and then sometimes there's stuff that I can't get done, and I'll get done after. But that's the best way I've found to balance that.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear because when you get to college, it's all about managing your time. I mean, I always tell players, the higher you go, the less fun it is and the more work it is. And I know, everybody enjoys high school, but college, it's really about managing, going to classes, keeping your grades up, and then it's just maximize, more practice time, more film time, more time at your position room, and things like that. So it sounds like you're off to a good start there. I know I've been to a couple of Sidewoods games. You guys have a packed house there playing your home games. Every athlete loves playing in front of a packed house on a Thursday or Friday night. Tell us what you do, you and your teammates, to give back to the Sidewoods community. Because that's a big part of the athlete's journey is giving back to those fans to support them. Tell us what you're doing with you and your team.
One of the biggest things is our coach, probably once every couple of months or so, we'll send out like something that says, oh, as a team we're going to like the Houston Food Bank or something like that, just to give back. We're doing a canned food drive right now through the team to give back for Thanksgiving, and that's one of the biggest things is our coaches are very active with us through the community too.
I like it. That's a great response. It's always good to give back. I mentioned earlier that Buffalo Wild Wings is obviously the main sponsor. I sent you the list. Buffalo Wild Wings has great wings and all these different sauces. I think you look at the list. Tell the fans here, the Buffalo Wild Wings team, what's your favorite sauce and which one best describes you as a player?
My favorite sauce, I'll do honey barbecue, and as a player, I feel like I'll go. The one that best describes me is probably like Asian zing, that somewhat of an acquired taste, but it has a really good kick to it.
Okay, you're the first player to pick the Asian zing. That's nice and a great description of that. That's perfect. Um, you know, I feel as a former player and coach, Ben, that football is one of the greatest team sports. And it's a great balance of trying to achieve your team goals while also trying to achieve your individual goals to get recruited and play at the next level. How do you balance that? Putting your team goals first, but also trying to get as many pancake blocks and not giving up a lot of sacks. How do you manage those two different sets of goals?
I think that having your individual goals should help out the team too. So if I'm achieving my individual goals, then it's benefiting the team through my goals. And I'll have like bigger goals. Like obviously I want to win, but like I want to not have my guy tackle whoever has the ball. So that's one of my biggest goals each game. So I feel like that helps out the team a lot too.
Yeah, no, that's a weird way of looking at it. One of the things that's also great about football and the camaraderie. One of the things that I can tell you as an older guy that's not playing anymore, you miss the camaraderie, the locker room, the workouts, the sweat in the summer, and you miss being around teammates. Your Side Woods is a pretty diverse community. Tell us What is it like being on the team, and being able to learn about your teammates from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, and still all coming together for a common goal on a Friday night? What's that been like for you?
Is definitely I have fun getting to know all my teammates, whether it's somebody that's grown up playing the game since Pee Wee, or somebody that has just joined their freshman year or whatever year they joined. That I mean, everyone's different, but it's fun to find their strengths and find how I can best help them through whatever they need help with.
You've been playing football a long time. You say you started back in Pop Warner. Every player has a play that they think back on, whether it's in Pop Warner or middle school or high school, where you kind of think back like, yeah, I did that. What's your most memorable play, most memorable play that you did that makes you kind of look back and smile?
I have a couple that I really like. One of them happened during our Sci-Fair game. Um, we were in a pass set, and the linebackers ran like a twist stunt with the nose guard, and the linebacker just comes around, and I just stepped into him, and he fell over, and I just laid him on the ground, which that was really fun. And being so close to the beginning of the season, it's a great way to start off the season to
Yeah.
have something like that. And then one of my other plays is we ran a screen. I think it was again. I think it was a couple weeks ago against Bridgeland, and we ran the screen, and I'm leading our running back into the end zone with somebody blocking someone into the end zone.
Good stuff.
So
That's great. Those are great memories right there. You'll always remember those. Um, Tell me a little bit about, you know, I love the game. You love the game, but tell me what do you enjoy most about playing football?
I really like the working. I love working out, and one of the biggest things is seeing it pay off, whether it's finally getting to start or just manhandling someone. That it like you see the work pay off and from like the off season or even last week with technique or something. But I just love working out and seeing it pay off.
Ben, take a chance now for some of these coaches that may not know about you. We'll be sharing your huddle video when we post this on social media. Take a few minutes to give these coaches an elevator pitch on yourself. What kind of lineman are you? What can they expect if they recruit you? What are some of the things you're going to bring to a college program?
One of the biggest things that especially I like to do with our offense is I like pulling, and I'm a very mobile offensive lineman. I feel like that we run like GT and stuff, that I'm really good at moving around. I feel that I'm a really also smart offensive lineman, so I know like the game and know like where like the play's going, so I know how to block whoever it is. And I love helping out my teammates. Whoever like they need help with a play or they don't know what they're doing, that they know that they can come to me to really learn the playbook or know what they need to do differently.
Good stuff. That's leadership right there. That's what every coach loves. Hey, as we finish up here, there's always a person or multiple people who played a positive impact that helped you get to where you are today. Obviously, your family, maybe a teacher, maybe a coach, a counselor, maybe it's an AP. Take this time to think back about, and thank those people that help you get to where you're on the cusp of graduating from high school and making your dream a reality and playing in college.
Well, my parents have played a big part in this whole journey, especially my mom. She was a volleyball coach for high school and that age group, and her perspective of coaching really helped me out too. And she gave me the determination to work out and the love to work out. And then my dad has also given me the determination, and him waking up early to drive me to practice and also paying for lessons and stuff just to get better and improve my game.
Nice. Hey, last way as we finish up here, we talked about Buffalo Wild Wings sponsor. In your own words, kind of take some time out to thank them for supporting the Sidewoods Wildcats program, and just let your fans know and your friends know, hey, don't forget to go by and visit the Buffalo Wild Wings Sports Bar. But yeah, take this time to thank Buffalo Wild Wings and all they do for high school sports.
Yeah, I love thank you Buffalo Wild Wings for giving me and so many other kids the opportunity to play the game we love and helping out the community that we live in to just be better and be able to do what we love.
Ben, it was a joy interviewing you, man. Good luck in the future. Good luck this last game coming up. I know it's going to be emotional and memorable, but congratulations on a great career. And if you ever need any help, if you want some coaches to kind of take a look at you, let me know. There's something to do on the side. But congratulations on a great high school career at Cy Woods, and good luck in your future, man. I know that you're going to be very successful at the next level.
Thank you for having me.
All right, take it easy. Have a good night.